I look like a random in this video. Um, to respond to your feeling older video, I remember when I was 10 years old. And it was obviously my 10th birthday. And the day before I turned 10, I turned to my mom, and usually she's very much oriented in making our birthdays a big deal. Me and my three other sisters, we would just have kind of a huge event. Like, she would have a theme, and we would have a supper where we picked our favorite meal, opened up our presents, and the entire day we were reminded that it was our birthday, and our siblings were told to act nicer to us. So, the day before my 10th birthday, I told my mom that I didn't want it to be a big deal, that I felt like I was turning 2 digits, and that I barely wanted an acknowledgement of my birthday, and that was my birthday wish. So, that day, I, when it was my actual birthday, um, she barely wished me a happy birthday. She just said, "Hey, Megan, so have a nice day today." And she handed me my birthday gifts that were unwrapped, and one of them was one of my favorite childhood novels. I still remember this, and I was okay with it for the first 20 minutes, and by midway through the day, because all my siblings had been told that it was my birthday, I was really upset. And also, it was one of those things where it wasn't a school day. So, you know how at school, when it's your birthday, usually everyone knows, and then you make cupcakes and everyone eats them, and then everyone loves you because you have really good cupcakes made. I didn't have school, and I didn't ask for a birthday party. So, nothing really went on, and I remembered by 7 o'clock, like that night, I was completely sobbing, and I said that this is the worst birthday ever, and I didn't want to be an adult. And then eventually my mom just made me pancakes for supper, and I was really, really happy. Um, so how this trails on when I turned 20 years old, um, I felt a lot older. Maybe that's just because recently, like in CEGEP, which is this odd legroom that they have in the province of Quebec, where it's 2 years of schooling between high school and university to help with transition. Because I'm doing that now, and typically you end that when you're 19, and I was turning 20 and I still had a semester left. I already felt older just being there, and especially whenever you just age, it makes it worse. Also, I find it's the fact that the first digit changes in when you turn 20, and like, I'm a weird kind of sentimentalist, and um you become attached to that first digit being one. You still feel young, you still feel like you're permitted to be juvenile, and the word teen at the end of it, just you're you're accustomed to being emotional, and that being permitted. I've moved out when I was 18, so it had nothing to do with um, that particular kind of adulthood. I've always been generally mature, I guess. I think that's kind of a bold statement, but yeah, it had nothing to do with that. I think it's just the idea that now, I remember also when I was a kid, I would think of like these 20 somethings, or I would envision myself like in early 20s, and I would have my life together, and I would be doing all these crazy things, and now I find like I'm not. You can't. You think university lasts a week when you're 14, or not 14, hopefully not when you're 14, but you think that university doesn't last that long when you're very young, and that there aren't as many obstacles that face, such as like finances, is just completely non-existent when you're a child. Um, so I think that you do feel older, but I don't really see it as a bad thing. I guess in a lot of senses, like, I loved my 19th year. It was great. My 20th year is very, very different than what I thought. I'm kind of coming to terms with what I've wanted in my life in the past, and kind of what I want my life to be like, and working actively on like kind of crossing those two paths together and merging it to be my reality. And maybe that's just like the sense of consciousness. Maybe that's just because I'm given the opportunity for the first time in my life to actually do that. Um, but it's a good kind of aging. I still feel young. I'm still not legal in the States, so that's what's helping me. Though I have like less than 6 months to change that. So I understand. Other than that, I hope your 10th birthday wasn't that bad. I hope you did actually celebrate your 20th birthday because mine was pretty awesome. Um, yeah.